Alright, so it's the last day of December 2016. I'm working on Project 69, and as you can see, I've taken off this valance. And reason being, I don't want to put a car stereo in this thing. Radios are kind of on the wayside, and I had the antenna coming up through there. So I'm going to totally get rid of this. Shave it off, kind of do like Kindig. Smooth. Anyway. Got a piece out here I'm working on. The valance out here. Got the stupid little hole. I cut this piece to fit in there, so I'm going to plug the antenna hole. Goodbye, antenna hole. Try to put it in there, but it'll probably just fall through. It's a pain in the ass, but I'm going to weld it in there. Alright, so as you can see, I got some Bondo down. I found some little penny, like somebody shot it with a BB gun, dings and dips and crap. Gotta step over all this shit. Fuck. Getting rid of the antenna cable. Got my little bolt cutter, nail cutters from work. I'm gonna be running Bluetooth stuff in here, so I'm not gonna need this. And since I got the piece off, I'm gonna clean all this up, prime it out. Still needs, I need to clean some more dirt and get a new, there's a fucking, what do you call it? Piece of weather stripping that goes in here I gotta order. So rather than put the old crappy one back on, and then these hoses for the water lines, they're all nasty. But I have to wait for some body work to dry. This side. There was this big indentation from this being stamped metal right here. There was a lip on the edge. I took a picture. Maybe it'll show up or you guys would have saw it. If not, you'll have to take my word for it. There was a dip. So I got rid of that, smoothed it out with fiberglass. There is some little pits and junk in here I got rid of. And then this is where the antenna hole was. And I did weld that plug in. I just didn't show it. So I gotta wait for that to set. And while that's setting, I got some paint in a bucket of hot water, and then I'm gonna shoot some primer on this, clean this up. No more orange. Orange go bye-bye, okay? Okay. Alright, so I'm out here doing my laundry and junk, and I made this insert to go on top of the what do you call it, the glove box cover. It had a bunch of holes in it from a badge that was on there, and to buy one brand new from LMC that's either chrome or black is $200 freaking bucks. Not spending that. So Joe had a sign. Trying to pick it up. Tool rental. And it's aluminum-ish. It's a weird grade of aluminum, and I can't get the shit to polish. I wanted a mirror finish. Then I'm going to put a little chrome knobby, which is right here, on there. And then the latch will go back in. Any of you guys that have these, know that when you push the button, because you're depressing it, you got to get clever with your finger to try to pull this thing open. So that's why I'm putting the knob on there, because it's a design flaw as far as I'm concerned. You got to be part magician or hobbit to get it open. Anyway, I didn't like that grade of aluminum, because no matter what I did, what polishing compound I used, no matter what, it would just get foggy. You can see some reflection in it, but not a lot. So, quote a Del Boy thing, I went and got me a proper piece of aluminum. Now, this in its unfinished stage is very close to the finished stage that I got this crap to. So I'm hoping that this is going to work out a lot better. I already scratched this side with the grinding wheel, and that would never polish out. So I'm going to try this side, and I put tape on it because aluminum is super easy to scratch, and once you do it, then you got to sand it to that level to get that mirror finish. If you want a mirror finish with aluminum, it has to be all one level. So I'm going to drill this guy out. Hopefully it doesn't rip or tear or scar it. I put it on a board, and then as I'm shoving down the pressure, this always lays flat instead of wanting to bend. Oh, there's some barbs on that I got to work out. But then I'm going to just glue that in there. Ta-da! And I get a newish looking piece to go inside my interior. I've also put the paint on the cowl that I took off in the front. And I've got a little bit of dimple. Like, wow, it really shows up good on the camera. I can see it 5 times better. This is where all the body work's at. And it's just showing through the paint. But there is, right there, there's a little, don't like it, not smooth. So I got to add a little more body filler to clean it up. And then there's one on the nose out here. There's a big dent in it, and I just filled it. Anyway, it's getting closer. It's not all done in one day, so I'm going to try working on this and get this tackled, because it's it takes some time to get that hole out. Okay, so this is the old one, and I've already cut the hole on the other guy, so I have duplicates. Yep. And I'm starting the polishing process. You seeing the difference here? It's the difference in the grade of material. And I'm using 400 grit sandpaper. That's what this side is. 400 grit to get it all going the same way. Then over here is SOS pad. There you go. See the difference? It just starts coming up right in front of you. You don't want to get a lot of any junk in that. Get all the, you just want still wool. And you get it on a spot that isn't done yet. And you can see it happen. You want to pay attention to what you're doing, because if you got like even the smallest fleck of dirt in there, you'll put a great big scratch in there, and then all that work goes away. I'm going to go down to it's barely a grid, it's a sanding pad used for, painters use them. But sometimes you got to put a little pressure on it, but you start seeing the shine come up. And that's what I was expecting on this piece, but I never actually got that. This one's going to do it. On tail. But you got to make sure your scratches are all uniform. That's what this polishing process is. It's uniform scratching. And it's just like erasing the ugly, pretty much. Rub it out, and then you go over it with your softer material. You can get a buffing wheel if you want, but I could probably have done that with that, but it's just, I think it's zinc instead of aluminum, because zinc acts like that. It should shine, see? Got some reflection in there. Yep. Alright, so this is the old one, and then using this, the mother's aluminum polish and an old rag, there's the new one. Do you see the difference? Oh, and that's just by hand. It took 2 hours to do that. But from that to that, in fact, this is what the back looked like, man. That's where I started, right there. And now I got that, which is a lot closer than this horse shit. So this stuff is easily scratched. At some point I'm going to do a clear coat over it. That way, in case somebody bumps it or something, then I don't have to spend hours polishing it again. Like I said, I was going to go Bluetooth, and I have an idea. Ow! There's a lot of crap out in here. Inside of the cab. Right around down in here, I was thinking about making a little island thingy to put my phone for navigation, because now there's a law in California that you can't hold your phone. So I think I'm going to make a spot to put my phone in. and then that way I can Bluetooth to the speakers and junk. So we'll see if I can get that done. I don't know. I know I said I was going to work on some place to put my phone, but I think I'm going to put it where the old stereo was. And I know the light sucks in here. But something that was bugging me is where the shift indicator lever was. It was a plastic piece that went on here, and there was a little finger. So when you shift, it would indicate what gear you're in. So I shaped a piece of aluminum over that to cover that hole, and I'm going to shine that up too, and then just glue like a finger on there. But I'm going to shine that too, so here we go. Alright, just before, so you get to see what it looks like. I kind of shaped it with my finger. I'd have bending it around the old thumb of doom. So, let's get to it. Shine that sucker up till it's like a mirror. Funhouse mirror. Yeah. After. I could spend a lot more time and get it a lot more polished, but it came from that. And now it's this. So that'll look cool on top of the column. And I don't think anybody else has one of these unless they went ahead and made one. But ta-da! And I think that's about going to do it for me. So, this has taken a couple of days. I know in the beginning I said it was the end of December. We're into January now. So, this whole episode took about a week of rainy days off, and I'm not working. I'm doing this. So, got a little something done. Getting a little closer. So thanks for tuning in and watching this episode of Project 69. Peace out, people.